Welcome to another episode of Famous Last Words, Advent of Code, Day 19, ladies and gentlemen. We're your hosts, Will.
I'm Matt.
And today, for Weekends with Will, we have a special guest on for our interview.
And who is that, Will?
As you, Matt.
Woo!
But before we get into that, let's get into today's challenge. As your probe drifts down through this area, it has released an assortment of beacons and scanners into the open water. It's difficult to navigate in the pitch black of the ocean trench, but if you can build a map of the trench using data from the scanners, you should be able to safely reach the bottom. The beacons and scanners float motionless in the water. They're designed to maintain the same position for long periods of time. Each scanner is capable of detecting all beacons in a large cube centered on the scanner. Beacons that are at most 1,000 units away from the scanner in each of the three axes, X, Y, and Z, have the precise position determined relative to the scanner. However, scanners cannot detect other scanners. The submarine has automatically summarized the relative positions of beacons detected by each scanner. Assemble the full map of beacons. How many beacons are there?
A lot of work in today's problem, it seems.
Yeah.
Working in 3 dimensions.
I believe in this one, linear algebra is your friend.
And God, I hope so.
Hopefully you know linear algebra. Alright, so, Matt.
What's up?
Welcome to the show.
Happy to be on the show. Happy to be here.
So, part of Weekends with Will is we usually interview people. So, Matt, what got you interested in computer science?
Well, that's an excellent question. Before I came to Memorial in 2019, I was working in Western Alberta as a instrumentation technician. Part of my job was installing toxic gas sensors in a big truck bay on an industrial mine site. And a critical part of this sensor install was the software that ran all the checks and sent out all the alerts and everything. That was written in Java. And no matter what we could install everything, we could run all the cable, we could troubleshoot as much as we could, but at the end of the day, it was the programmer behind the Java code that made the whole project come together. Mm-hmm. And that really stuck with me, as it doesn't matter what you can do, there's always another level behind it which needs to be understood. And I didn't understand it. Fast forward a couple of years, the economy wasn't looking too good, had the opportunity to apply to Memorial, and while there's no programming here, computer science is definitely the next best bet. And that's what I went for.
For sure. I mean, programming is definitely part of.
Definitely a part of it, a strong part of it, but yeah. I wouldn't call it a programming degree.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what is your favorite language to write in?
I mean, I've really only experienced 3 languages: Python, Java, and a little bit of C. So, but most of my experience is in Python, so I'd have to say Python.
Python, yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Now that is an excellent question. And I ask myself that question every day. What am I doing here and what am I working towards? Ideally somewhere in the technology field, I would hope, putting all these years and all these hours into studying computer science. Mm-hmm. Have an interest in cybersecurity and the security aspect of things, but I don't really have any practical experience in it. So that's something I'm definitely struggling with day to day, is to start walking down that path and start learning what I need to learn. And then
without getting arrested.
Without getting, of course. And then I guess if I had to have a plan B, I've got a little bit of experience doing Arduino and some small techie things. So writing machine code and working with embedded systems and things like that would probably be a solid plan B if I can't break into the cybersecurity field.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Matt. As part of being on the show, you get to pick a submarine.
My very own submarine.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, seeing as I forgot to bring down the stickers again, I will very graciously take a meat sub.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Weekends with Will with your host, Will, and my guest, Matt. And we're going to see you tomorrow for day 20, and we're on the home stretch. So hang in there, because it's going to get tougher. What the hell are they doing?
Don't know.
The construction going on upstairs.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Flesh sub.
Why?